Hi, everybody. Well, my friends over there at Let's Go Travel Tips, Allison and Gord, they are planning on going on a long cruise next year on the Island Princess. It leaves Fort Lauderdale and goes into the Mediterranean. And it's 50 days long. And they mentioned it on their channel, and a few people called them and they said, let's all go together. They made a little group. And then after they made the bookings, Princess changed the terms of service. So when Allison went in to make her booking and other people's bookings, she put down for, as most Princess Cruise Lines bookings are, refundable deposit, right? You know, $200 deposit, whatever it is, unless you're in a suite, those are more expensive, etc. And certain voyages are more expensive, but overall, most bookings are $200 deposit for a couple, and it's refundable up until 90 days before the cruise. And she noticed that as she was doing some more bookings that weekend, remember, right now it was only open to elite members to make this booking because it's a grand voyage. It's not a world voyage, but it's an epic voyage, they're called. And so she noticed when she went in one night that the terms of service have now changed on the bookings she made, and the deposits were no longer refundable. That's a big change. And they just did it automatically. Now, you might say, hey, they can't just do that. They can't. Now, here's the problem. They can, because they, in their terms of service and the contract and everything that they wrote, if there's a mistake or a glitch in the computer system or something like that, when something is announced, they are allowed to correct it. You are allowed to cancel. Like if they change the terms of service, you can go in and cancel that cruise and get your money back. That's allowed. But they're allowed to make that change of service, and then you have a certain amount of time to go in and say, okay, yeah, that's the way we're going to work it, and we're going to decide yes or no if we're going to take it. The reason that I think the terms of service, like Allison was really confused why all of a sudden they just went in and changed the terms of service. And I think it's because the deposits were never supposed to be refundable. Because this is a 50-day cruise, an epic voyage. These are rare cruises. It's like a world cruise. If you book a world cruise, you're not usually getting refundable deposits because there's only so many spaces on these popular world cruises and epic voyages. So they want people who put their money down to, stick around. In fact, the last couple I booked on a world cruise, they actually had 3 dates that they had to put money down. They had to put non-refundable deposit down on the first day. Then about half a year later, they had to put down another like 25%. And then they had the final payment date. So there's 3 payment dates that they had. They had to put more money down, and that more money down was non-refundable, just to guarantee the space on these trips. So I think that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a 50-day cruise. These are epic voyages, and these are normally non-refundable. I'm very curious to find out. I'll be following Allison and Gord around and see what they come up with, because, of course, she's not happy with this as a travel agent. Hey, I just booked some people on this, told them it was a refundable deposit, and now you're changing it, and the cruise isn't for, a year and a half from now. Lots can happen. And what if they want to cancel it? Who's responsible for that non-refundable deposit now? Because I told them it was refundable. Are they are they responsible to hand that money out? That's the key, right? Because the agent is ultimately responsible for a lot of stuff, and they can get into trouble. That's why we have agencies that we work with, and we have insurance to cover ourselves in case we make a very bad mistake. As long as we follow the rules, there's usually no issues, right? Here's another issue that has come up. I'll just quickly glance over it. You know, we book group cruises, and people will, you know, put their deposit down and everything, and then about 45 days or so before the final payment date, we start sending out emails saying that the final payment's coming up. Do you wish to keep it? Do you wish to cancel? Do you get your money back? What do you wish to do? And we keep doing that right up until 2 weeks before the cruise. And those people we haven't heard from yet, we start calling and we leave messages. Well, I recently had one where I've sent over 20 emails. I left over 9 messages, and the person never got back to me. Well, if you don't make the final payment, Princess cancels the cruise and you lose your deposit. Well, somebody would say, well, you should cancel that cruise for them so they don't lose that money. I can't legally do that, right? An agent can't legally without the permission of the person who did the booking. Can you imagine if every agent out there just randomly decided, oh, I'm going to cancel that booking. I don't want to handle it anymore. And then the person doesn't realize it and their cruise is canceled? Can't do it. Now, you have to document all your emails. You have to document all your phone calls. But that's the limit of what you can do, right? And so it's sometimes a sticky situation for agents where you don't know what happened. The person could have passed away. They could be on a cruise. They could be out of the country. They could be in hospital. But like I said, we start this process about 45 days ahead of time. And so, yeah, not getting any response whatsoever is very frustrating when you're an agent. And I can understand Allison booking a non-refundable, a refundable deposit, and Allison saying, oh no, it's non-refundable now, everybody, and sorry, you lost all your money. No, no, no. I would be on the phone with Princess just like she is really, really quickly and saying one of two things. Either I contact my people and let them know they're not going to change it. Do you want me to cancel it right now and get your money back? Princess will have to honor that. Or I will just, do you want to keep it and make it non-refundable? And if you do, make sure you get cancel for any reason insurance then. It's more expensive, but then again, this is a 50-day cruise. So it's going to be expensive anyway. Well, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think, I can understand the reasoning behind it, but once it's booked as a non-refundable deposit, as a refundable deposit, they really shouldn't have the right to go in and change it. But they do in the terms of service. And that's sometimes a problem between us and the cruise lines.